Hey everyone, Robert's over here today, and today I have something special for you. As I told you, I'm going to be doing more videography related content. With that said, today I'm going to show you how I build this amazing camera video rig with the Nikon Z8, turning it from this to this. Let's get to it. As you can see, I have all the pieces here laid out that I will be using to put together my entire camera video rig for the Nikon Z8. The lens that I chose to be with the Nikon Z8 is the 50-1.2, and as many of you know, it's one of my favorite Nikon lenses for my Z cameras. I do want to let you know that there are a few things you're gonna need in order to make this video rig awesome. One is that you're gonna need a D-tap connector like this. Look it up on Amazon, D-tap. It could be D-tap to, I use this D-tap personally for the monitor, to power the monitor through the V-mount battery. And you just put it into the input here. And this is how you're gonna connect it directly to the battery. On the batteries, with the V-mount, they tend to have a couple of connections. Like this one here is a little bit older one. I've had this for 4 years now. Amazing, dope battery life, especially if you're just powering some basic things like the monitor and a light or something like, well, the light depending on the power. But either way, I've had great experiences with this, as well as powering my camera for extended periods of time without having to exchange batteries as you normally would with the EL15Cs or Bs that you're using inside the Nikon Z8. So the first connector you'll see right at the top is going to be a D-tap right there. Okay, and then the other one is going to be a USB, and this is a USB-A. Okay, now the USB-As are cool. It does powering of some cameras. It does great if you're just powering, let's say, an LED light. You could connect the USB here and then connect the cord into your LED light. I've had that work great. Only issue is now with the Nikon Z8, you need a significant amount of power, consistent amount of power. And in my experience, the USB-A is no bueno. It does work because we all know with the Nikon Z8, you have a dedicated power source right here. As well, you have two USB-C ports. This one's dedicated to power, and then the one on the top is dedicated to transferring files or shooting tethered. So, with that said, in order for this to work with the V-mount, you're gonna need with the V-mount battery, you're gonna need one that has a USB-C port, not a USB-A. So with that said, I did some research, and SmallRig offers one that has a USB-C port on top. So all of their V-mount batteries available on Amazon. I'll leave the link down in the description section down below. Do have it where it has a D-tap, USB-A, and a USB-C. So I recommend checking out those, because then you can directly power this bad boy through your V-mount batteries. If not, like in my case, I'm going to be able to power everything else, and I still have to use the the EL15 batteries to power this thing. So what I'm going to plan to do is get myself one of those SmallRig V-mount batteries. Now they do pound for pound, meaning wattage per hour, cost more than like these batteries. I noticed about $75 more per battery. But if you're looking to do long-term shooting with this, I highly recommend getting a V-mount, whichever it may be, that has a USB-C port. All right. So anyway, regardless, you're going to see how I'm going to put this together, because that's really the main point of this video, is to show you how I could build this whole rig. I want to give a big shout out to SmallRig, who inspired this entire video, because they sent me this here, which is the SmallRig's camera cage for the Nikon Z8. Now they offer numerous cages. I have one for my S1H, my S5 Mark II. I had one for my S5. I had one for my GH5. I've always used SmallRig in particular. So when they reached out to me and said, hey, do I want to check this out? I thought about all of you, and I know I have a lot of Nikon shooters that watch. I said, this is going to be great for them to realize how close they are to adding video content to what they already do. I know not all of you want to do video, but for those that do, the Nikon Z8 is ready for you to do just that. So why not take advantage of some of those features? So with that said, you're going to need a cage. I highly recommend theirs because it has two things. It has an Arca Swiss bottom, which is really handy, which you're going to see in a second. So if you have a fluid head or some sort of tripod head with the Arca Swiss, you could use this automatically right on top. The other thing is that that I like about it is the price. It's actually really fair. I want to say it's around 60 or 70 bucks for this cage, which is a really good price because the Z9 is $99. So this is a real good buy. Has a tons of, what is it? I want to say that's a 1/4 inch holes and, oh, here we go. 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch holes all dotted around the sides, the bottoms, the top, and 2 cold shoe mounts right here. It gives you a lot to play with. And all of their cages in SmallRig, this is what I like. They always give you a tool with their stuff. That even goes for the top handle, which I'll show you in a second, and the side handle. So to give you the tool, because that's exactly what you need to screw onto the bottom part of your Z8. And that's what I like. They always give it to you so you're not like stuck trying to pat your pockets for tools. It's steel, it's rugged. So quite honestly, if this thing drops, it's the Z8 I'll be worried about, not this cage. That's for damn sure. So in order for you to turn it into a video camera rig, you must have a cage. So I recommend for you to go click the link down below. It'll take you right to Amazon for this camera cage for the Z8. And that's where we're going to start. Okay. I do have most of the stuff that I have here is all SmallRig that I've bought myself over the past 3 years since the lockdown in 2020. Okay, that's when I started to go really hard with filmmaking, and I just started to acquire pieces and pieces and pieces as I realized, wow, as a videographer, I need this stuff. Okay, so let's just go through that real quick. I have, I guess for you, would be your left. I guess we'll start here. So I have my top handle, a SmallRig top handle, very inexpensive. I want to say it's around 25 bucks or something. It comes with screws. You'll need that to screw these on here. And as you can see, the 3/8 as well as the 1/4 inch holes all dotted on the top, a cold shoe mount right up top here, which I like. Okay. And then you also have a nice fat screw, a 3/8 screw here for extra mounting ability. Again, all made out of steel. And this can be adjusted. You can slide it backwards, forwards, all sorts of stuff. So that's my top handle. I have, I think, 3 top handles from SmallRig. And then, this is a side handle I really like because of the rubber grip. You also have a cold shoe mount right up top there. So I like the cold shoe mount. You have 3 1/4 inch screws there. This can be adjusted up and down because I realized as I was putting this rig together, I did need to do that. So that's cool. Everything made out of metal. On the bottom, as I said, it always comes with an accessory that you may need, and it comes with your Allen key. This is your 1/4 inch Allen key right here, and it goes right onto the bottom. Okay, it goes right into the bottom, and there's a little magnet there to keep it there, so it doesn't fall out. I've never had that happen. Okay, so you have that, and that is the side handle, and it's ambidextrous, by the way, so you can put it on either side. If you want it on the left side of the camera rig, right side of the camera rig. I used to have it on the left, and then in this setup, I actually have it on the right. So there you go. With that said, I also have a monitor. I recommend, not even recommend, you have to get a monitor. You have to get a monitor. You can't rely on that back little screen. I've messed up tons of shots, getting great footage, get home, and all of a sudden, boom, it's a little soft. Those little screens lie to you all day. And as a photographer, you know this. Okay. So with that said, get yourself at least a 5-inch monitor. This one here is by Hollyland. It's their Mars M1 5-inch field monitor, and it's fantastic. I love this monitor. First, the colors are fantastic when you're reviewing it. It takes any Sony or Canon little battery in the back. It only does, it's only a monitor, so it doesn't record internal like an Atomos Ninja 5, which is fine. It has time code. You got your cable here. You got your, you could actually power, if you have this powered by a battery, you can actually power another piece of gear through your monitor. So it has an output right here, which is really cool. I did an unboxing of this monitor, so I'll leave, you should see the pop-up like right there popping up for this. So I did an unboxing of this. Another great feature about this is that with this, there are receivers. So if you have another monitor, a 12-inch, 14, 15-inch monitor sitting to the side, called usually a director's monitor, this can wirelessly transmit to that monitor if you have the receiver connected to it, and you can see what I'm looking at as the cinematographer, and the director can see what I'm looking at, or your client. Another thing is that if you don't have another monitor and you have an iPad, it can wirelessly transmit to that iPad through the app, and the latency is really short. It's pretty awesome. It works really, really well. I was very shocked. I used it on set, and and Derek and I, you know, my friend and assistant, we were really impressed at how well that app worked. And so that gives you a very cool ability in this little package here. You do have your, I think those are 1/4-inch screws on the bottom right there. And then your HDMI, etc., and another 1/4-inch on the side right here. Okay, on the monitor's left side. So, right side, excuse me. So with that said, go check out the unboxing I did for it. Now, of course, you're going to need to mount it. And that's where I have this bad boy. You can mount it right there. Again, SmallRig. Most of everything you're seeing is all by SmallRig. I have a matte box. This one is their first carbon fiber matte box. They have a second one. It's a mini, but I chose the bigger one because just in case I wanted to, what I like about it is that you can open this up and now you could put 2 filters on the side here. Really, really cool. So I have like 4-inch filters, square filters, ND filters, and then I can insert them or stack them. So you could put up to two filters inside, and it's super freaking light. Your lenses and the mount won't get stressed having this on the end of your lens. It will not. It's super light. It's carbon fiber. Okay. This matte box comes with several rings that you would insert. Okay, since this lens is an 82mm filter thread, I used the 82mm ring, and you would just screw it on to your lens like so. There we go. So you screw it on like this. Okay, and then what I do is I always put it flat, and then you would tighten it right here, and that is that. So it's very self-explanatory, but it's super light. Okay, super light. You can adjust it, tighten it some more right there, and then there you go. I do have a sun shield, but it's irrelevant for this setup right now, for me to show you what I'm doing to build this out. So I left it to the side. Okay, I do want to recommend one little piece of gear that has helped me out so many times. It's this little pocket Allen key set by SmallRig. It's only $19.99. I've had this for the 3 years, and it saved me more times than I can imagine. I just keep it in my pocket when I go on set, and it has screwdrivers. It has Allen key sizes. It also has a flathead, which I use the most, and it's super small. Again, it's only $19, and it fits right in my pocket. It has some 1/4-inch holes where I could maybe put extra screws in just in case I needed it. It's a really cool tools key set. It's, like I said, it's 19 bucks. It's not mandatory since most of the things that you're gonna buy have tools that come with it that's necessary for the piece of gear you're buying, but it has saved me a lot. So it's just a cool little tool there. Of course, I have this is SmallRig as well. Dang it, I'm trying to, an extension arm. So you'll see why I'm using this, but I have 2 of them. I think it's like I want to say it's a 7-inch, and this one might be like a 4-inch, but I would recommend getting 2 sizes, trust me. Of course, you're going to need an HDMI cable, which we got right here. And then I already talked about the D-tap. You're going to need some rails. You could buy them separately. These are SmallRig as well. I bought the SmallRig shoulder kit, and it came with handles, a shoulder pad, a few rails, and then it came with this mounting plate on the bottom, which is very important for the foundation of your camera rig. Okay, so I just bought the whole kit because it came with everything that I'm going to need anyway. And of course, a microphone. In this case, to keep it simple, I'm using the Rode Mic Pro Plus, and I just like it. First, the audio is great for what you can get out of it, as well as that it's powered by the camera. So that's really dope. So when you turn off the camera, you turn off the mic, you don't have to worry about battery usage, but you can recharge the internal battery. And then I also have this gear thread here, which we'll be using alongside this. This is the mini focus puller. Now, this is not electronic focus puller. Thus, it's pretty affordable. I think it's only 99 bucks or something. And then it comes with this here. And this is what it would be. You would wrap this around the lens, and then you would use this to control your focus. Because most of the time in cinematography, you're pulling focus yourself. So what I like about this mini focus is that it has these two little screws, and you can show where you can measure how much you want it to go. So you're like, all right, I want to start my focus there, end it here, tighten it, and then you can be like, woo, and then pull focus, and you're never gonna lose or go too far or too not enough. So I really like it. It's super smooth. Again, it's compact, it's light. Again, it's by SmallRig. Link is down in the description section, so don't worry about it. So this is really cool. It comes with the rail mounts and everything else that you need to get this onto your rig. All right, so that's that. The last but not least is your V-mount plate. This is SmallRig's V-mount plate. I really like it, and I was really attracted to it because of how compact this bad boy is. Okay, it's very small. I should have brought up my other V-mount plate I had before this, but I just love how thin it is for what you're getting, meaning your V-mount. The thing that you're not getting is extra ports. On my other V-mount plate, you do have one where it has like 4 different ports, which is really nice. Specifically gauge for your monitor, your light, maybe your the camera would more likely be through your battery, but it was just really cool. So, but in this case, it's nice and simple, small. If you need something small, quick, handheld, and maintain that low profile, this is going to be a great way to go. It comes with an Arca Swiss plate right here. But in our case, since the cage already has an Arca Swiss plate, you don't need it. So I recommend taking this bad boy off, like we're going to right now. Okay. And you take that and put it right to the side. Okay. So we're going to do just that. And then here you go. You have an Arca Swiss bottom ready to be ready for the Z8 to be mounted on top of. So that's where we are right there. Now let's get to building this thing out. So we already put on the matte box. We have the Z8 right here, but we're going to have to take that off now that I just realized that. Okay. Awesome. Now this was a little tricky the first time I did it, but we're just going to there we go. Tighten it, because you won't be able to get to the screw once you have the entire rig built out. Then I insert this right back into here for safekeeping. Here's your Arca Swiss. Now I'll put this back on. Tighten it up. Make sure everything's aligned. There we go. Tighten it up, make sure it's good. Now from here, I'm gonna need my bottom plate, which is right here. Okay, so just the FYI, I already screwed in the base plate to the bottom of the V-mount battery, which is going to be inserted on top of this rail right here. So just FYI. So what I do is, by the way, you can press this lever and extend it back, so you have some give. But for the sake of headaches, we're just going to put this on like so, and then I tighten it. Cool. Now you have your V-mount plate on there. Actually, let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. Something like that, I guess. Usually I try to get it in line with the lens there. There we go. Cool. Now I take my rods here with this plate, slip that on, tighten it. I've already had this built out, as you saw, so it's already measured to the depth that I want, meaning like where I want it sitting on the rail. It can change for you. It's all up to you. They're all you could easily change by loosening this part up, and then you could just adjust the rail length and where you want it. But I have it where I want it already. So now I'm just tightening. There you go. Everything is on. You're looking good so far. Boom. Now from here, I'm going to want to put on my focusing, because I tend to shoot manual, or at least I want to be able to, I want to be ready to, because manual is going to give you very accurate, like depending on how you want to push and pull your focus, manual is going to give you that accuracy. Auto focus is great in a pinch, on the run, on the go, but like for cinematography, a lot of times it's about precision. Okay. And having manual control is the most precise way, you know, that I've noticed. Okay. I know it's going to go to right where I want it, especially when I can measure right here where I want it to go. So anyway, feel free to post a comment, complain down below. So I'm going to loosen this up. Now from here, I'm going to just push it right on this rail and make sure that the teeth match up with the teeth of this ring. Cool. I give it a little ring. Cool. Awesome. That feels good. Then I tighten it down below. Whoop, let me adjust just a little bit. Just a little bit. Loosen that up. Just tighten, 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 tighten. Now this can be adjusted all sorts of ways depending on how you want to hold it, and but this mini focus is definitely worth its weight in gold. That's not even a question. Now look at that. Now I'm off to the races. Okay, loosen this up just a little bit. There we go. So if I want to go, I'm good. Obviously, you're going to have to readjust this every time you put a new lens on it, but as long as you have the rig together, you're saving that much more time. Now from here, we're going to put on this good old top handle that I talked about earlier. They have several different versions of top handles. This is just a nice bare bones. Can't go wrong. It's done me justice forever and ever and ever. So that's where I'm going to use to put right up top here. Okay, it's very nice little space for it. Now, in the top handle, it comes with an Allen key. Who would have thought? So we're going to go right ahead, screw that on. And then I'm going to take the other one, make sure it's all aligned and in the center, obviously. Because especially when you're carrying it, stuff like that, you want, you know, at least I recommend making sure my rig has some sort of decent balance. I don't want everything. There we go. Now I'm going to make sure, since this is the freaking handle, we're going to tighten that bad boy up, okay? We're talking about several thousands of dollars once you're done putting this rig together. So we want to make sure that's nice and tight. So again, you have a cold shoe here, a cold shoe here. You could put your, if you're using a lav mic, you could put the monitor of the lav mic right in the back here. That's pretty cool. You can use it here. So you have 4 cold shoes to work with so far. You have all these 1/4 inch and 3/8 screws all dotted through this bad boy. So you have a lot to work with already. The rig is looking kind of pimpish. Okay. It's looking kind of good. So with that said, we're not done. Let's keep it going. Here's your V mount battery. Very easy. All you got to do is with that V mount, you just loosen this up and just slide it right in until you hear a click. Just like that. Put it up and then tighten it. Now you can either have it here if you need to get to the screen, because this is it's not a flip screen. A lot of people have it down like this. Okay. And that's fine too. It's to each his own. And then this allows them to have access to this. Okay. But if you do have it closed, don't worry, because you can still get to your buttons on this side to get to the menu system, but you'll have to look at the monitor in order to look through the menu. Okay. So it's to each his own in that regard. Now we're going to use this mount here for the monitor. I'm going to put that in the front. So as you can see, I don't put any cables together personally until I'm done putting together the entire rig, because I want to adjust my gear. Now from here, I'm going to use this Allen key, tighten it up a little bit. Cool. Then, and this is what I like about SmallRig. They tend to always have a cool little place to put your Allen key back where it doesn't obstruct your ability to use the stuff, but it is ready for you when you need it. Okay. So from here, now we're going to attach our monitor. I always have it about 40 degrees to start with. And of course, with these 2 little bolts here, you would loosen up the mounting plate for the monitor, and then you can adjust up, down, and whatever height you want. Okay, or angle rather. Cool, so that's on. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, so from there, now we need, I want my side handle. So this is the 3/8 screw. So we're going to take that, and the only one on the side for the Z8 is on the bottom. So I had to adjust the height so that this reflects the bottom, but still maintains about the same height. I like it to cover, I'm not sure, like right here. That's just me. I don't want it to be like this. That just feels weird. But so I just lowered it. And with this side handle, you can adjust this entire height. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to just simply screw that on. Cool. Give it a little tightness here. Awesome. So we tighten that up. Then, now with these 1/4 inch screws, we're going to take our extension arm, screw that on. Okay. And then since this is a 3/8 on the bottom of the microphone, okay, that's what I found out. It's not a 1/4 inch, it's a 3/8. I had to put a little adapter on there, which is super cheap. You get a whole little bag of these for $6 or something, okay, that make it into a 3/8. So I screwed it on top. Okay, I have, remember, redundancy, especially with video. Redundancy. If you have 1 screw, get 3. Okay, because you be surprised how you may lose one and can't find it, or it's still on some other tripod and you need it now. So with all that said, I've learned my lesson. Dang it. I've learned my lesson too many times. There we go. Okay, so now we have that. And what's cool about this extension arm is that when you loosen it, the whole thing gets loose. You can adjust it. I'm going to put it extended this way because I noticed that when I connected it directly onto the cold shoe mount, where I connected the microphone to the cold shoe mount, this kind of obstructed it. So I wanted to get over it. And so I use this extension arm. And when I'm done, I just tighten it, one screw to tighten it, and boom, now it's tight. Okay. Now here's the first wire I'm going to connect, which is the microphone. There. Obviously, I'm going to connect it to here, which is that? Oh, okay, that's the top. Let's connect that to the top. So far, so good. It's looking awesome. Now we're going to connect the HDMI cable from the Z8 to the monitor. Now, when I do this, I like to have everything nice and clean. So, put this around here. So, cable management. That's good. You know, it's a good discipline to have, quite honestly. Okay. So, as you can see, it's kind of on top. I don't like that. So, I'm going to loosen this up and put it more on the bottom, just to, you know, keep my laces tight, if you will. Then, once I connect everything, like I'm about to in just a second, okay, I'm going to connect here into the Z8, and then I'm going to connect into the input of the Hollyland monitor. Now we're looking golden. Now, to add a little bit more sense of discipline, I'm going to take my Velcro tape here and wrap this up tight to the base of my top handle, keeping it clean. Okay? Because as you add more stuff to this, it's good to build that discipline of keeping things clean, tight and clean. So here you are, so far. It's looking pretty awesome. Okay? You got everything connected, everything looks good, everything is where it should be. Then, now, now I have my D-tap cable, which I'm going to use right here. And I'm going to connect right top on the top, and I'm going to put that on the input of the monitor. Okay, which is right freaking here. Awesome. Okay, now I'm sure someone out there is going to critique how I put this together. That's fine. To each his own. Do you. Okay. But again, this is not being powered, as I said, by the the Z8's not being powered by this V-mount battery, because as I said, it doesn't have a USB-C input on the battery itself. Okay, like check out SmallRig's V-mount batteries. They have a USB-C connection right on the top of the batteries. This only has USB-C-A. That does not power the Z8. It has not. If you figured out that it does, let me know, because I've tested the hell out of this and it does not. USB-C, no problem. Okay, so check out their batteries if you want to have a V-mount battery. But regardless, here you go in all its glory. The Z8 camera video rig. All right. I'm filming next week, and this is the setup that I'd be using myself, because I like the ability of having it like this and then putting this right onto my tripod if I need it, and go back to handheld. So that's what I like. This is how I do it. You do you, and none of us are wrong, quite honestly. Whatever works for you. Okay, everyone, I hope this video helps you out. If you were ever curious on ways to take your Nikon Z8 to the next level into videography, or start creating some cinematic pieces, then this is going to be a great start for you. At least start with that camera cage. You don't have to buy everything at once. Start one piece at a time. But these are the general pieces, the basic pieces that you're going to need for your camera rig. If you have any questions, comments about what I put together, let me know down below. Of course, I left the links to all these pieces for you to check out for yourself in the description section down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and yes, smash that bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching.